The UK high street is not dying. It is transforming. But what is it transforming into? What will the UK high street actually look like in 2030? And what do you need to do right now to profit from this transformation? That's all coming up, so stay tuned. Hi, my name is Ranjan Bhattacharya. I've been investing and developing properties for 30 years. You may have seen me on the hit Sky TV show Property Elevator, or you may have attended one of our property networking events in central London. If you're new to this channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon because we put out new property videos each and every week. Now, I was asked to appear on a Sky TV programme where we were discussing this exact topic, which is how the UK high street is going to transform in 2030 and how property investors will profit. Now, that's all coming out in a few weeks' time, but I just wanted to give you guys a heads up on my thoughts. Now, if you watch mainstream media, you would have seen a whole bunch of news reports about how the high street is dying. There was a PwC report into the state of the UK high streets, and it cited that in 2021, 17,219 stores closed. Now, the BBC trailed a whole bunch of news stories about this PwC report, but they only talked about the stores that were closing. Also in this report, it said that 7,160 stores actually opened in the same period. But what we need to do is take a closer look at what sort of stores are closing, what sort of stores are opening, and how we as property investors can look at profiting from this sort of change and transformation. Well, of these 17,000 odd stores that were closed, more than 10,000 of these were chain stores of some description. And the ones that opened were predominantly independents and experience-led type of stores. What we are basically seeing is the high street transform from a place where you buy stuff to a place where you do stuff. The closure of banks has gathered an alarming pace, and quite frankly, by 2025, 2026, I'd be very surprised if there are any banks left on the high street. And this has been exasperated, if you like, by the war on cash. The COVID crisis has led to more cashless transactions, and the usage of ATMs and things have just fallen now to record lows. And as a result of all of this, the banks don't seem to think it's worthwhile to keep these branches open, and I see by 2026 they'll all be shut anyway. In a similar vein, betting shops will likely to disappear from the UK high street. It's all going online, and the logic of having those high street stores doesn't make much sense going forward. And of course, chain stores where people buy products, everyone's buying them from Amazon. But one of the key things for property investors about this transformation is that not all high streets are going to transform. Location is going to be the absolute key. There's going to be a massive problem in desolate areas like Blackpool, for example. And these are areas basically where unemployment is high and the general population doesn't have much. And in those sort of areas, there ain't going to be too much excitement among businesses to actually locate stores, experience-led stores in those sort of vicinities. Now, to transform those high streets, that's where government intervention is going to be required in the form of grants. And maybe this levelling up agenda that they're all just talking about will have something to offer there, but I haven't heard too much yet. But for property investors, you guys should look at the average property price in that particular area. Where you're at pretty much the national average house price in a given locality, then those shopping parades will transform. Because where property prices are around the national average, that basically means there is employment. There are people with some money in their pockets living in the general vicinity, and they will be looking for services and experiences in their local high streets. We'll get back to the video in just a moment. What is the most exciting opportunity in property right now? And that is repurposing defunct commercial buildings to residential use. Now, most people don't really know where to start, what to look for, and how to exploit these opportunities. And that's why I've prepared 90 minutes of free training for you to get you started on this wonderful journey. You can register for this free training at property-workshop.com. Join me on that free training, and I'll leave you to enjoy the rest of the video. Now we'll have a look at the kind of stores that are opening up. But the thing to bear in mind from the property investor point of view is where we are now and where it's going in terms of product-led to sort of experience-led high street experiences. And that transformation will take a decade to work itself through the system. So as long as you know where we're heading in your particular location, what you can do is cherry pick the properties, the commercial property types that will really ride the crest of the wave of that transformation. It will be an interesting few years while that transformation works its way through the system. But savvy entrepreneurs who are aware of where this trend is going to play out in the short term will profit. Where, as I mentioned before, where we're heading is no banks, no betting shops, very few stores selling products. In central locations like Oxford Street and Westfield Shopping Centre and all of that, you'll of course get flagships, showcase stores of brands where they feel they have to have a presence. But in general high streets across the land, those sort of stores will just disappear. Of course, we're going to end up with a lot more restaurants and coffee shops and places like barber shops, nail salons and that kind of thing. Dog grooming centres, dry cleaners, all of this sort of stuff is also doing quite well, as are dentist practices, private GP surgeries and that kind of thing. One thing we'll see a resurgence of is the internet cafe. During the 1990s, you saw a few internet cafes crop up, and those kind of died a death because as more people had broadband and stuff in their own home, they weren't that required. But what's happening now is that people are changing the way they work in offices. A lot of people aren't going into the offices in the big smoke every single day of the week, and they are staying closer to home. But not everyone has in their own homes a spare dining room or an office in the back of the garden or a home study where they can work from in their own home. So what we are seeing a resurgence of is, if you like, that internet cafe concept. But what we are seeing a need for is certain retail stores to be kind of repurposed into offices and co-working centres, if you like, in following on from that 1990s trend of the internet cafe. Here's a prediction for you. By 2030, I think a lot of convenience stores will all but disappear from the high streets. You know, the Tesco Metros and Sainsbury's Locals and all of that. What's happening now, and this is already being trialled in areas in the UK, what's happening now, you'll be able to order your pint of milk or whatever and have that delivered within an hour. Now, these sort of warehouse type centres don't need to be located on the high street itself. They are using drones and automated vehicle types, which are already trialling in Milton Keynes to make these deliveries out to people's homes. And what's also emerging is the clever use of AI. Now, if you're ordering 4 pints of milk every week, then AI knows that you're ordering 4 pints of milk every Friday. Now, if you kind of consolidate that information for all the households in your area, then AI can kind of predict how much stock of different kinds of goods that are needed in a neighborhood to be stored in this warehouse. So what's going to happen is that smaller warehouses off the high streets will be stocked to the optimum with the goods that AI knows that the local neighborhood requires on a day-to-day basis. And these will be goods that you'll be able to order, have delivered to you within an hour with autonomous vehicles. And this will all be here by 2030, which will see a further demise of particularly convenience stores in the high street. So here's the thing. We basically have too much space. Napoleon once described the UK as a nation of shopkeepers. We have too many retail stores. We have more retail stores than are actually needed. We've got too many of the things. Some of them will be repurposed. Now, fortunately, the government know this, and they have just changed the planning rules in the last couple of years. It used to be really difficult to repurpose commercial properties to other commercial uses without involving those guys in the local planning department who had to give their rubber stamp over your proposal, and they'd often refuse it. And so what used to happen is if I had a former bank building and the bank building closed down and I wanted to rent it out to a restaurant chain, then the planning department would often decline that change of use. What they've done now is they've made this a lot easier, because what they have done is they have smashed together a whole bunch of commercial usage classes into one overarching commercial usage class called Class E. Now, I did a video on Class E earlier. I'll put a link to it here. What it basically means that building types like GP surgeries, dentist practices, kids nurseries, offices, retail stores, banks, restaurants, all of these building types are now come under one commercial property usage class called Class E. And that means change of use from one of those categories to another does not require any permission from the local authority. And this is actually fantastic for commercial landlords. If you own a bank building and the bank has moved out, then you are free to rent it out to a restaurant chain or a private GP practice or a dentist without having to apply for any other permission. So the government have made commercial to commercial repurposing of property far easier. Now, if the high streets are transforming into experience-led kind of places, there's going to be people there doing stuff, and generally these are sort of hubs of activity, and these tend to be where people want to live. We have a massive shortage of housing in the UK. We're not building anywhere near enough, and much of this over capacity in retail space can easily be converted to residential use. So how are you guys going to profit? Well, there's basically too much retail space that exists in the UK. Some of it can be repurposed to alternative commercial uses, and the rest will be converted to residential use. Because as you know, we have a massive shortage of residential properties in the UK. We're not building nearly enough as what we need. If the high streets are moving to more experience-led centres, then basically you've got people doing stuff in the high street. Those become a hub of activity and generally a nice place to live. It's almost that we're going back 100 years to having more community centres rather than identikit high streets of the same chain stores in every single town. We start to get more boutique-y type of high streets with experience-led kind of stores, more independence and more catered around the needs and demographics of the local area. And a lot of the people that would be using the services of the high street will actually be living on those high streets as well. Now, the government has relaxed the rules that allow easy repurposing of commercial properties to other commercial use, but they've also allowed for many repurposing of commercial property to residential to be permitted development, which means you don't have to go through convoluted planning permission in order to get those sort of permissions. Now, if you want to know more about this, I run a whole bunch of workshops and free webinars on the subject. I normally run these webinars every couple of weeks. You can catch my next one at the link below. I take you 90 minutes through exactly how you can find these sort of opportunities, and I share with you some real examples of deals that are being done right now where people are profiting from repurposing defunct commercial buildings. So join me on one of those and you'll learn a lot more. If you like this video, then smash the like button, let us know, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you're notified when we upload further videos. There are some shopping precincts which are known as secondary parades. Now, these tend to be parades of shops where you don't find all the usual high street brand names. They tend to have lesser footfall, lesser foot traffic, and you tend to see a lot of independent type traders there. Now, a lot of these secondary parades, I believe, will go fully residential. In fact, there are many areas, and you'll know these kind of shopping parades where originally they were built as houses. They were Victorian houses or Edwardian houses, and at some point in time became shops. So we're talking about commercial to residential, but in many cases we're talking about properties that have gone from residential to commercial, and all you're doing is making them commercial again. Now, those sort of units, it'll be far easier to kind of basically put back the residential frontage that existed and kind of create a nice harmony to the shop frontage. But increasingly now, architects are getting involved and trying to bring good design into the way former shops can be adapted to residential. Here's an example of a shop in Islington which has actually been converted to residential use, and you can see it was originally a shop, but you can see the way that it's been designed. It kind of looks aesthetically pleasing. So what do you guys need to do? Well, this transformation is happening, like it or not. So here's what I recommend you do. First of all, focus on towns, focus on areas where your catchment area consists of houses which are pretty much at the national average house price. Then you know that you have a reasonably prosperous catchment area population, and in those sort of areas, people want to open up businesses, and you will find alternative occupiers for commercial properties. Some retail premises are simply too big or the wrong shape because they were built for selling products off shelves as opposed to delivering services. Now, with those sort of wrong-sized shops, you simply right-size them. And the simple strategy there is to kind of keep the front bit as retail usage and convert the back into a flat. We've done a couple of videos on this. You might want to watch some of these before and after videos to see what I mean by that strategy. And of course, the space above shops can also be converted to residential use. Smaller flats let to single people and couples. Now, fortunately, all these conversions and repurposing can be done under permitted development, which is a light touch planning regime which doesn't involve convoluted planning permission. Savvy property entrepreneurs will be learning their permitted development rights inside out, so they understand exactly what they can and can't do with using these new rules. Then they'll be going out there and identifying suitable properties to either fully or partially convert to residential use. Where they're partially converting them to residential use, they'll be repurposing the commercial element appropriately. And then they'll be letting the whole building out so that it cash flows and riding this transformation trend out. Now, if you want to know more details about how to ride this trend and profit from this trend along the way, I'll share with you some real-life examples and numbers in my forthcoming webinar. Just click on this link below. Now, that's it for this video. In the description below, there are a whole bunch of follow-up videos as well that you might want to watch. See you guys in the next video. High streets across the land are changing forever. Basically, there's an oversupply of retail premises. Shops are closing down, more are going to close down in the future. The government know this, and that's why they're introducing a light touch planning system which allows small developers to easily repurpose these buildings to residential use under a light touch planning regime called permitted development. Now, this is going to be the biggest revolution and the biggest change and the biggest opportunity for property investors that I've ever seen. And this is all coming into effect on 1st of August. So you need to know what's happening and what properties to look for to take advantage of these opportunities so that you can get in there and take that first mover advantage. I've got a 90-minute free masterclass to get you ready for August the 1st. Make sure you join me, click the link below. Whether you're a beginner or expert, we'll get you started.